Hey, welcome to the beginner's tutorial for how to start making beats in Ableton. This is Jake with Kahnjah Beats. Today I'm going to be doing a short tutorial mini-series targeted at beginners that are just barely getting started making beats. I know it can seem daunting when you first open up Ableton and it's just a blank screen. So I'm going to try to help you get familiar with Ableton, go over the basics of how to make beats, how to process sound, and what to expect looking forward. Alright, so this first section is just going to be becoming familiar with Ableton and knowing what is what and where everything is. Ableton's a big program, there's a lot of different settings and features, so don't be overwhelmed at first. We'll just go over the basics to get you started and you will learn as you go. So this is our main window here. This is called Arrangement View. If you press Tab, you have Session View. We'll go over that later, but for now just go back to Arrangement View. So you lay out different sounds on these channels, and all of these channels feed into the master channel. Over here on the left we have the section that contains all of your different sounds and sound samples and instruments. Ableton comes preloaded with a pretty good collection of different effects and drum racks and piano sounds and bass sounds and just about everything you need to get started, so don't worry too much about finding all the perfect samples right off the bat. This Places section here is how you access files on your computer that are not part of the default Ableton set up here. You can go ahead and click Add a Folder and add a music folder or a sample folder so that you can use those sounds in your tracks. This bottom section ends up getting used for effects and drum racks and things like that. It basically goes something like your sound starts here and moves from left to right, going through your different effects in that order. Up at the top here we'll have our tempo. Click and drag or input the exact beat per minute that you'd like. This is the metronome. Select it to turn it on, select it again to turn it off. That will give you your beeps so you can stay in time. You got your play, stop, and record. I usually just end up using the space bar to stop and start the music. Over here you've got your loop selector. Turn it on or off. And you can drag the ends of it to loop just a specific section of your song. This little teeny bar right here is the zoom bar. You'll see it turn to a magnifying glass. Click and drag down to zoom in, drag up to zoom out, and it also moves left and right. Just a quick way to navigate around your tracks. Over on the far right you just have some basic information like whether there's MIDI information coming in, this is your CPU load and things like that. Again, don't get too overwhelmed with all the different knobs and buttons right off the bat. We'll just try to get you familiar with the basics for now. Another thing you'll need to do when you first get started is hit Control, or go to Edit and Preferences. Go to the Audio tab and make sure that you have a driver that's working correctly and select the proper output device. This is going to my speakers at the moment. Go ahead and select whatever you need to select so that you can hear sound. Once you've got that set up, go ahead and jump over here to drums. Just click on one of the drum kits once, it will start to play a sample. And make sure that you have sound coming out of Ableton. And we'll see you in part 2.